I didn't do anything stupid this time, so let's get straight into the video, okay? Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. Personally, I'm doing fine. I'm coming back today in a special video, I'd say, because I wanted to reflect a little bit on what happened in quarantine regarding my mental health and basically what I achieved. I'm doing this video most of all for me, honestly, because I want to have like a sort of diary of what happened and how I overcame a lot of my fears actually, but we'll get into that in a second. So I hope you'd stick around and maybe some of you might relate to what I'm going to say. So I guess we're just going to do that and yeah, let's start. Okay, I'm just going to look in this direction probably a lot of the time because I'm going to do my makeup at the same time as I'm talking, because I need to shoot some other stuff afterwards, so we're just going to get into that. So the quarantine started about 2 months ago now, and I'm not going to lie, the first 2 weeks were actually pretty soothing, I'd say, because I had a lot of time to reflect a little bit on everything that happened in the last few months for me personally, and how 2020 went so far. We're not going to lie, 2020 is cancelled. It's not our year, and I don't know, I had a lot of time by myself, and I still do, to be honest, but you know, I had a lot of time to reflect on everything that I've been through, and actually also to reflect on a lot of friendships and how I was acting around them and how they were acting around me. And I came to the conclusion with a lot of my friends actually, that we talked about it afterwards, and they thinking the same, that we are actually taking all of the emotions of others and problems of others on ourselves, and when you're not okay in your head or in general, you cannot take care of others. And I've had this problem for quite some time now, that I want to help people, but I always put myself afterwards, and I think this is one of the main struggles that I had in the last couple of months, because a lot happened for a lot of us, and I wanted to be there for my friends, but I wasn't there for myself. So I reflected on that, and once I noticed actually that I was doing okay being alone, I kind of learned to be happy by myself, like, and I don't mean to be happy like romantically or anything by yourself before getting into a relationship. I mean being okay with the idea of not being okay, because this is something that I've struggled for years now, and I didn't really know how to face it, and I didn't really have a choice like when I was alone, because I was alone with my mind and I overthink a lot. So this happened. Afterwards I started to go on to working on my projects that I have, that I'm still working on. YouTube is one of them. And I noticed also, like a lot of you probably did, we have a lot of time, and it's actually the perfect timing now to start all of our projects or to continue really working on them. And I've been working on them every single day since the quarantine started, and planning everything, and also for work. And it has been really satisfying, I'm not gonna lie, because working on your dreams, you know, it's really something that you like to do. Well, I hope so. And it takes up a lot of my time, almost all of my time, and quarantine was not boring. So, and this is important because it actually helped me deal with all of the mental health issues that I have. I have a lot of anxiety, and I overthink a lot of the times what my future is going to look like, because I don't want to do a safe job like an 8 to 9 or a 9 to 5. This is not something that I want to do, and I want to do something risky. You know, I want to be able to have a job that I'm able to do from wherever I am, and to be able to travel all the time is actually my main goal, and to be able to create content is really what I want to do. And by content, I mean art in general. It can be music, it can be films, TV shows, series, anything really where I can be creative is something that I want to do. And it can cause a lot of anxiety not knowing where you're going to be in a couple of years. And it's fine, it's fine. I talked a lot about it with my mom and with my sister and with my best friend, of course. But looking at what I did the last couple of weeks is really something that reassures me, because I know that I can do it. And I think it's probably the most important thing to know that, like, yourself, be able to prove to yourself that you can do something when you put your mind to it. Even if it's not easy, it's important to try. And you know, it doesn't matter if it doesn't work in the end, because the main goal of my life, honestly, is to have no regrets. I know it's not possible to have no regrets at all, but I want to have as little as possible. So this is what I'm going to try to do, and this is also what I am doing for the past couple of weeks. And also I noticed that I have great friends. Like, I mean, I knew this, okay, let's be honest, but I know that I can count on them to help me to achieve my dreams. If you guys are watching this, you know who you are, and I'm so thankful to have you in my life. I have amazing friends who are going to help me, even if sometimes they think I have a little problem in a nice way. I know that they're going to help me, and they already did in a lot of ways. And I have a lot of fun projects coming up, so yeah. I can't wait for this quarantine to be over. I mean, it's coming to an end now, but you know. The next thing that I wanted to address is anxiety and panic. I have panic attacks, and it's something that I've dealt with for a couple of years now. And I didn't think I would talk about this soon, but I think if it can help just one person out there, it's enough. And you know, I want to keep this diary. When I got into quarantine, I had pretty bad anxiety and pretty bad anxiety attacks, like panic attacks, and it got to a point where I didn't know how to handle it anymore. And one day I literally just broke down. I cried for hours and I didn't know how to handle things. Thank God my mom was there to help me, and I took the time to also reflect, you know, on a lot of things that happened a couple of years, because for me personally, it's not something that happened, like, it's also something or some stuff that happened right before the quarantine, but also a lot of stuff that happened over the years that I didn't want to deal with because I didn't want to face it. And I'm a chicken. And I didn't have a choice now in quarantine. So, you know, I took the time to reflect on it, to write about it, to talk about it with my parents, like with my mom, because I don't like to talk about my problems. It's really something that is problematic with me. I act like I'm fine all the time, but in the end, I'm not. And when it finally comes to a point where I can't take it no more, well, it's not a fun show, let's say that. So I took the time to reflect on everything and to write about it, to talk about it, as I said, and it helped. It helped to talk about it. I know it's cliche, but for people who have dealt with anxiety, who are dealing with anxiety, you know how complicated it can be to open up to someone about what you're feeling, because, well, there are a lot of reasons, but sometimes I feel like what I'm feeling is not valid because people are not going to see it as a valid reason. But no matter what you're feeling and the reason why you're feeling this way is valid. Your feelings are valid no matter what. And it's something that I had quite a hard time to accept. I'm still struggling with it, I'm not gonna lie, but it's getting better. So fingers crossed that it's still going to go in this direction after the quarantine ends, and I'm still going to work on myself. I mean, it's one of my goals to keep working on it, but you know, we never know the setbacks that we might get, and it can be hard sometimes to stay positive. But for now, this is what we're going to do. Okay, so I talked a little bit like already about how I overcame, I didn't overcame it, but I'm still struggling with it. But you know, how it got better for me. What I did is meditate. I know it's so cliche, but if you should really try it. I've been really skeptical about trying meditation for years. And last year during my studies in France, we had actually meditation. And I didn't really like it back then. But I said to myself, you know what, I have time, I might just give it a try. And I did. And it's honestly fun. Like if you find sounds and apps that you like, you should definitely try it because it can put your mind to ease. And I think that if you have anxiety, it's not something that you can neglect. So you should try meditation. Second thing that always has been therapeutic for me is singing. Singing and writing songs. I am in love with music and I love writing songs. The first song I wrote, I was actually 9. I didn't know how to put it into a story, you know, like into a diary. And so I decided to write a song about it. And afterwards I felt way better. So if you are into music, you should try to write music about it. I'm sure you already do, but it's a great way to just leave your emotions and just overcome some stuff and just get it off your chest, you know. The third thing would be, if you're not into music but that you like writing, try to write a story, or if you can't put it into a story, try to write a poem. It can always be good, and you can also ask your friends to help you write it. I know it's a really personal matter, but you can try, like your best friends, read someone that you trust. I think that might be able to help you. I know that my best friend really helped me through a lot of stuff. I mean, that's what best friends are for, right? To be there even when you're not good, the good and bad times. But yeah, talk about it, write about it. And most importantly, and this is something that a lot of people don't get, when the gyms closed actually back in, I think it was end February, like for where I live at least, I felt like crap. For the only reason that I've been into sports since I was little. I've done a lot of sports, different sports, and it has always been part of my life. And I always noticed that when I didn't went to practice because I couldn't, or because it just was cancelled, I felt so bad about myself. And not just about my body, because this is another topic, but I had a lot of issues with the way I saw my body. That my mind was also so blurry, like from not being able to just release, you know, it can be pain or joy or anything. Sports is a way to release your body from everything that you are feeling and to just empty your head. And for someone that overthinks all the time, believe me, having a gym is so nice. It's not about, and this is really something that I want people to understand. Doing sports is not just about the physical. It's, for me at least, it's really about the mental and the way you see your mind. And I know that I said that I've been struggling for a lot of years now. I still am struggling, but like doing sports was always a way for me to just, you know, for a couple of hours to just feel great about myself mentally and physically. And it's not something that you can neglect. Like, it's so important. And this is why I got into a fight with one of my friends, because they don't go to the gym, they don't do sports, but they have the body that they want. And it's great, honestly, it's really great. I wish I was like that, but I'm not, you know. And they said, yeah, you're just over dramatic saying that you miss the gym this much. It's not that bad. It is that bad for people like me who need the gym to feel great about themselves. And this is something that I want you guys to keep in mind. Even if the gym closed, you should still move your body. First of all, it's good for your health in general. and second of all, it's going to help you through a lot of things. I know a lot of people who weren't into sports at first, like for years and years and years, and got into sports in their teenage years actually, and they fell in love with it, you know, and now they can't go a day without doing it. It's not just about how you look, it's mostly about how you feel, and people gotta understand that, and a lot of people don't understand that. So move your body, and believe me, your mind is going to follow. It might take some time, like everybody just moves at their pace, you know, but it can really help to just move and see your body change the way you want it to change is also a great accomplishment. And this is the part where if my old coach is seeing this, he might hate me for it, but I lost all of my cardio and I'm trying to get it back because it's just weird not having any cardio, and kind of creepy, to be honest, because I was a sprinter and swimmer, and because I was a swimmer and I had actually a good cardio, but I stopped swimming when I was 17 for a lot of reasons, and since then I didn't do much cardio. I mean, I'm dancing, but it's not the same cardio, so I'm going to try to run, but you know, it's I don't know how this is going to go, so I guess we'll see. So yeah, try to move your body, and try to move it in a way also that you are not used to. I am normally weightlifting and dancing, but I decided for the quarantine, because the gym are closed and I don't have all the material that I need at home, which is completely normal. I mean, if you do, then it's great, then you can just continue your normal life. But if you're like me and you don't have everything you need at home, I started body weight. And I know that a lot of my friends that do parkour and calisthenics are going to be like, what are you talking about? It's so easy. No, it's not. It's not. Believe me, it's not. When you're used to weightlifting and you don't do a lot of body weighting is so hard. It's really hard, but it's fun, and I'm sure that I'm going to continue doing it once this quarantine is over. But in other ways, I guess I find ways to move my body, and in ways that I didn't. So yeah, this is honestly the tip that I have for you. I think one of the most important tips: move your body as much as possible. I'm doing sports every single day, taking one rest day, of course. And I'm not going to go into details because I guess you guys can understand that mental health issues and struggles are something that is really personal. I might talk about it one day, I don't know. But if you are struggling currently and you're at home, you don't know how to get out of this situation, I'm begging you, please talk about it. Talk about it with your parents. If you don't have a good relationship to your parents, talk about it with your friends, or even sometimes talking to a stranger can really help. Because, you know, they have like an external view of everything that is happening and are not like taking everything else in consideration, and can really just objectify the actual situation. So I know that it might sound weird, but I know that sometimes talking to strangers about problems can help. So you might need to try that. I mean, you have Instagrams and all these dating apps if you want to, so... Okay, I thought I did put mascara on my eyeshadow, but... False alarm! We're good. I almost finished my makeup off camera because it was going to take too long. But what I want to say in general, like to combine everything, I feel like this quarantine has been beneficiary for my mental health, to reflect on a lot of things that happened in the last couple of years that I was just pushing off because I didn't want to face it, because I was afraid of it. And also it allowed me to work on all of my projects, like not all of them, but most of them, and to be able to kickstart them and to try at least to just overcome the fear that I had of not succeeding. Because, you know, if you're not living your dream, you're living your fear, and I didn't want to have that at all. So yeah, if you guys are watching this and you are still in a really bad mental place, please try and see if you can do something about it directly. If it's writing, if it's talking about it with someone that you trust, if it's just working out and getting your mind off of things, just try and get better. Because right now we can not only rely on ourselves, but most of the time it's the only thing you can do. And at the end of the day, the person you're stuck with is yourself, so you better be good in your own mind and own body. So work on that. I know it can be hard, and I'm still struggling with it. I mean, I'm saying that I'm good, but I'm not. I'm still struggling with it, and that's fine. It's okay not to be okay. And I gotta remember it's myself, and I'm just proud of what I did, because I started working on my mental health, on my didn't have that problem in a long time. But yeah, I'm just proud of me for working on my mental health and on my projects. I still have a long way to go, but I know that it's possible to get better. And I will keep working on that, and I hope you guys do too, because who wants to be depressed or have anxiety or have social anxiety, or just at the end of your life to realize that you could have done so much more but you were afraid. So yeah, just remember you're worth it and your dreams are worth it, and even if it's scary, you should at least try to accomplish what you like, because you're stuck with yourself. So try it. So this video is coming to an end. I hope you guys liked it, and I really hope that it can help one of you at least. If not, then at least I tried. And as I said, I just want to have a video diary of explaining a little bit what I went through and what I did, because I know there are going to be other setbacks in my life, and that's fine. I just want to remind myself that I've been through it and I'm going to get through it again when it comes back. It's not impossible, it's just hard, but when you get through it, it's really, you're so proud of yourself. So yeah, I just want to do this video. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please don't forget to follow me on social media and to subscribe, to hit the bell. If you guys are interested in any of the things that I use, everything is going to be linked down below. And I'll see you in next week's video. Bye!